Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and welcome to the Practical Stoic Podcast, where I give you practical Stoic advice for modern times. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/Simon Drew. I also do one-on-one mindset coaching, and you can book in your first free consultation by going to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching. On Facebook, you can join my group, the Practical Stoic Mastermind. But for now, enjoy this episode. Hi there, my name's Simon Drew, and welcome to the Practical Stoic Podcast. Thank you so much for being patient with me throughout the middle of the week where I had no computer. I do have a computer now, however, the internet is still not working properly, so I'm making do and I'm recording the episode and then sending it to my phone and uploading it from there. It's all a big process. However, it's a good opportunity to practice Stoicism and the dichotomy of control and to work with what we have, so I do hope that you enjoy this episode, and today I wanted to take a few moments to share a message of kindness. You know, it was Seneca who said that wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. And, you know, this is something that I love about Stoicism. This philosophy really does encourage us to seek harmony with our fellow human beings, and to find opportunities to be kind and patient, loving and fair. Overall, we live in one of the most peaceful times in history, and yet it can seem like there is so much pent-up anger and discord in the world. This could simply be a consequence of the free flow of information. You know, in just a few moments we can read about all of the crap that's happening all around the world, or we can catch a clip of some atrocity being performed, or we can hear from our friends over the other side of the world about how terrible their government is. And with this overload of negativity, it can be easy to write the world off and to think that it's mostly bad. But I'm an optimist, and I still believe that despite all of the horrible things that are happening in the world right now, there is still a lot of good and kindness and love. And not only this, but kindness is the antidote to all the hate and suffering. And so if we can move our own lives towards kindness and love, then in my opinion we can change the world. And the Stoics taught tolerance and kindness on all levels. They taught that as individuals we are all part of one larger group of humanity, and as such we should act accordingly. We should never see ourselves as above another person, but rather as their equal. We should love and care for those who are struggling, and we should be patient with those who are misguided. We should teach those who are acting against the common good, and we should look for opportunities to share our light with those around us. And on the thought of people acting against the common good, this is one of my favorite things that Marcus Aurelius wrote. You know, he often talked about how he should only be doing something if it is good for everyone. If what he was doing was not for the benefit of the whole of humanity, then he should not be doing it. What a beautiful value to live by. Imagine if before you did anything, you paused to reflect on whether or not what you were about to do would benefit everyone else in your life. I'm sure that if we all did this at least a little bit more, then we would make waves of positivity around the world. So, back to the message. You know, I'm well aware of how difficult it is to deal with certain people in life. There are some people that just make it seem that virtues like patience and kindness are almost impossible to attain at all times. But in the following passage from Marcus Aurelius, he reminds us of our duty as human beings. And also he uses a specific example of someone who is acting poorly towards him, and he explains how he should respond. He says, quote, "Kindness is invincible, provided it's sincere, not ironic or an act. What can even the most vicious person do if you keep treating him with kindness and gently set him straight, if you get the chance, correcting him cheerfully at the exact moment that he's trying to do you harm, saying, 'No, my friend, that isn't what we're here for. It isn't me who's harmed by that, it's you.' And show him gently, and without pointing fingers, that it's so. That bees don't behave like this, or any other animals with a sense of community. Don't do it sardonically or meanly, but affectionately, with no hatred in your heart." End quote. You know, there are a few themes here, of course kindness being the overall theme, but the others you may have heard are sincerity, straightforwardness, honesty, love, gentleness, community. And something else you may have noticed is that Marcus Aurelius is not using kindness as an act or as a tool to get him from A to B. Kindness isn't something he uses, it's something that he believes that he should be. He puts an emphasis on speaking to the person with truth and sincerity, the opposite of acting and using kindness as a tool. And that's why I love this quote so much, because there's such an emphasis on not using kindness, but on simply being a kind person deep within your heart and sharing that kindness and that light in all your interactions, because that's what we're meant to do as human beings and as members of the same tribe. And so today, I simply wanted to get you thinking about your own relationships and daily interactions. Are you kind? Are you patient and sincere? When someone acts wrongly towards you, do you respond with the same level of immaturity and disconnectedness as they did? When someone is unkind to you, are you unkind back? Which, I should add, is never a winning strategy for human interactions. You know, like the Stoics, I would also like to encourage you to work towards being a kinder person. Find harmony within all of your relationships. And one of the fastest ways to get there is to change yourself first and the way that you interact with those people around you. If you'll become a kinder, more patient, more sincere, appreciative, and honest person, I know that your relationships will change, and your life will change too. And on that note, I'll talk to you next time. But until then, I hope that this episode has helped you on your rise to the good life. Ciao. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Practical Stoic Podcast. I hope it's been valuable for you. And if you'd like to support the show, then you can go to patreon.com/Simon Drew. If you'd like to try mindset coaching with me, then you can book your first free consultation by going to risetothegoodlife.com/coaching. To join the community, just go to Facebook and search for the Practical Stoic Mastermind. The links to all of these places are included in the show notes, but for now, this is Simon Drew signing out.